Zach, just, as tough as things were in California last week, the penalty kill certainly stood out, and you guys had several opportunities in each of those 3 games to score. What are you liking about the aggressiveness of that aspect of special teams that might help you here tonight?
Yes, the special teams battle is going to be huge. It was last time when we played them in Tampa. Our PK is going to have to be good. We're not trying to score goals necessarily. It's more about shutting their PP down. But if you have the opportunity and you can get a shorthanded chance and get a shorthanded goal, then it can really swing momentum.
You've had a portion of this season where you were up and watching the team play, and now you've obviously been playing for a long time. Have you figured out this group and why there's so many ups and downs, and why you guys seem to have difficulty staying on course?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's definitely frustrating. It's not just frustrating from your guys' point of view and from a fan point of view. It's it's a difficult team to get a read on, obviously, because there are nights where we play extremely well and we can beat anybody, and then there are nights where we don't live up to expectations, obviously, and the effort's not there, and the result's obviously not there. So from a player perspective, you try to go by things day by day and try to get better every day and try to build. So we're still on that path. We're excited about our opportunity. When you look at it from a macro perspective and where we are, given everything that's happened, we're still in a great spot. So there's a lot of potential with this team still, and we have to figure it out pretty soon because there's only 13 games left.
Florida won last night. Are you guys hearing footsteps, and can that be a good thing in terms of motivation?
I think we play them one more time, so that's going to be definitely a huge game. But like I said, there's still 13 games left, so we just have to worry about ourselves and not worry about Florida or any other team. Just worry about ourselves, and it's not just about getting in the playoffs. It's about being a force in the playoffs, and in order to do that, we have to really get back to being a consistent team and doing the things that we do successful night in, night out, and that's obviously been a challenge for us, but something that we're working on.
Do you watch though? Are you the type of guy that would watch a game on and off night?
Yeah. No, if it's on TV, I mean, no, you know what? I really don't watch, to be honest. I don't watch. Some games I will tune into, but for the most part, I don't watch. I think I've watched that Calgary Edmonton game that one night, and that was pretty much all I've watched.
Well, Mo, are you back tonight? And
Yeah.
The process now of acclimating and getting up to speed, how challenging will it be to get to where you want to be?
Yeah, I think it'll take a little bit of time, but you work hard, during the time where you're trying to come back to make sure that you make the transition as easy as it can be. But I think that regardless, it's going to take a little bit of time to get back up to speed, and especially this time of year when teams are preparing for playoffs. The game picks up a little bit, but I think it's important that just go in there and just work hard and try to just be yourself.
When you've come back from previous injuries, what have you found has been the challenge in terms of the stuff that takes the longest maybe to come back?
Yeah, I think just the timing of things. Actually handling the puck. I think in practice the past couple of days, there's been times where you're not as comfortable as you'd like to be with the puck, just because you haven't had it on your stick as much in the past. But I think it just takes a little bit of time. And that being said, the difference between the first period and the third, I'm sure that'll be a difference for me. I think I'll be more comfortable. So I think it's important just to work hard and just put that first, and I think the rest will come.
How would you describe your excitement for tonight after the layoff? Do you expect to be riding a wave of adrenaline?
Yeah, I'm a little nervous for sure, but it's also excitement, and but it's also very serious. This time of year, you want to win, you want to collect points, and prepare yourself for playoffs. So I'm excited, I'm nervous, but most of all, I'm just looking forward to being back, and so it's a good feeling.
Do you think there could almost be a benefit? Do you think there could almost be a benefit the fact that these games are meaningful, whereas last year it was a little more comfortable situation?
Yeah, I think so. I think that it's an opportunity for our team to play important hockey, and I think that's good. I think that's good, leading up to playoffs. I think that, we've been in playoff mode for a while, just given the standings. We're not in a spot where we're in cruise control. We're trying to play. We're trying to earn points, and we're trying to prepare for playoffs. And it's important that this next little stretch we play like it. because I mean it's not long now. We got 13 games left, and then I mean that's the playoffs. And you know, A, we want to be there. B, we want to be there for a while and really play well and perform. So we got some work to do.
What's the domino effect, Tyson, of getting Cody Morgan in back-to-back games as a defenseman yourself?
Oh, it's amazing. Obviously, two big parts of our team, and getting Mo back tonight. You can't replace a guy like that. So to have him back in our lineup is it's going to be a huge boost for us.
When it comes to vocal guys in the room and on the bench in games, where's Morgan Raitt?
Yeah, right at the top. He's he's been here his whole career. He's played a lot of games, and he's a leader on this team. So he'll be a guy who we can rely on to lead the way with how he plays, and then vocally he's going to help big time too.
How much communication did he have with you guys during the 8 weeks he was out in terms of what he saw from his vantage point?
It wasn't a ton. He wasn't. We were on the road a lot, and he was usually coming when we were going, and kind of on his injury program or whatever. So we didn't get to see a ton of him, unfortunately. He's a great guy to be around in the room, but he didn't. You don't want to be a guy when you're injured who's telling you what you're doing wrong and that kind of stuff. So he was good about it.
Do you have an affinity for the Lightning because of your family background?
No, not really. No, I wasn't in the league when any of that was going down. So it's just another game, really.
Just as a team, when you guys see how well you can play when you're sort of on your game, what makes it so difficult to replicate that on a nightly basis?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think we weren't terrible defensively on this last trip. I think we actually did a decent job. Our goalies played really well, and then we just couldn't put it together on the offensive side of it. So I think it's just having both pieces going at the same time will be a challenge for us. But we did a really good job down in Tampa against these guys last time. So that's a good kind of benchmark for how we need to play.
Is there pressure on the secondary scoring in this team to get things going and helping out those top two lines? And if there's been a problem, what might it have been that you guys might be able to overcome in the next 4 weeks or so?
I guess there's pressure now. I mean, yeah, I think that for sure we're in the last 10 games of the season and everyone wants to contribute, everyone wants to help the team out, and our top guys have been really good all year long, and I think that for sure up and down the lineup we've got to help them contribute.
Who's the biggest rah-rah guy on the bench? The biggest cheerleader?
I would say Spets is pretty good about it. Cliffy's good since he's been here. But we've got quite a few vocal guys on the bench. I would say those two guys, and those two guys would come to the top of my head.
Where does Morgan rate?
He's up there. I mean, maybe I don't notice him as much on the bench because he's a D-man and I'm a forward, and he's at the other end of the bench. But I think just having him around in the locker room is huge. I mean, he's one of the more vocal guys in the locker room. Whether we're going out to meals, whatever it is, he's always one of the leaders in this team, and he's an unbelievable player. So having someone like that coming back into your lineup is obviously going to help the team a lot.
How big of a difference will it be playing the Lightning if Hedman's not good to go?
Well, he's one of the elite defensemen in the league, so it helps us, I guess, a little bit, but I don't think it changes our mindset going into the game at all.
This has changed here, but as the coronavirus becomes a concern, what are kind of the challenges as a professional athlete to protect yourself health-wise?
They've been doing a good job. They just tell us to, wash our hands, stay clean, that type of thing, but I'm not an expert on that any more than you are, so other than trying to do that, everything's been pretty normal for me.
Sheldon, just one game back, but what might the addition of Mo to your lineup here tonight spur on a domino effect that might get the guys going offensively again?
Well, he brings a lot in all three zones. His ability to skate the puck out of our own zone, get us to the neutral zone, and the way he moves around the offensive zone with and without the puck offensively opens a lot of things up, not only for himself but others. Of course, he hasn't played in quite some time, and it's important for us to be patient and give him time to reacclimate and get back into game speed. But he's had a lot of practices, and he's excited to get back. And the on-ice contributions, I think, will be there and should be obvious. But it brings a lot to our group, particularly this time of the year, where we could get a little boost of his energy and his his passion, his experience, all those types of things will serve us well.
What do you like about the idea of putting him back with Cody if that's indeed what you're sticking with from yesterday's practice?
Just that there's some familiarity there. Obviously, with Muzzin still being out, we've got a little bit of uncertainty there with our pairs in terms of what we would like to do, and just the fact that Dermott and Hall have been doing well together. We would give that a go.
In terms of easing him in, are you going to be watching him early in the game to see like how much you can put on this plate? Do you look at having 7D tonight? Like how will you, I guess, manage him?
We're going to watch him early, but we're not going to hold him back. That doesn't help him. I don't think. He's a horse. He wants to get out and get moving and get playing, and we're going to have to probably watch his minutes, of course, just to see how he's managing that and check in with him. But in terms of his play and how we'll utilize him, we're just going to let him go.
One of the old cliches in hockey is that first game home after a road trip is usually a tough one. To get a tough one here, considering the circumstance and considering who you're playing, even adds to the whole of it.
Yeah, there's certainly is, a narrative with that, particularly when you come back from the West Coast. But whether that's real or not, I don't really know, and certainly it's not anything that we're focused upon. There's no excuses here, particularly with how that trip went for us. There's no excuses. We'll be ready to play.
Tampa Bay made a couple of trades at the deadline to give them a different look at this time of year. Do you feel you guys kept pace with the move we made with Campbell and Clifford, and also getting a couple of guys back down the stretch?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they're different types of moves, but the Clifford Campbell one were very significant for us for our own reasons. But yeah, we did feel like that. That if we could keep our head above water here long enough, that we would start to get our injured players back, and that would be a boost in and of itself. Cece, Rielly, Muzzin, of course, and then Mikheyev, who was on the horizon here too. So that's going to be really good and healthy for our team, and at an important time of year. But the players that we have and that have been playing every day, we need to be better and be more consistent and not focus and look at what might happen when others get back in.
Who are the biggest cheerleaders on your bench? The guys that are like, come on guys, let's go, that sort of thing.
We do not employ cheerleaders.
The guys that are like, rah rah, come on guys, like get really amped.
I think everybody has their moments at different times. I think that I talked yesterday the fact that Rielly and Muzzin are two of the more vocal guys. We have different guys leading different ways. John Tavares is obviously our captain, is a big leader for us. He's a guy that does it more one-on-one. He'll go and sit beside a guy and talk to them. Talk to him on the ice during a TV timeout or those types of things. And that's kind of how he gets the group going. But I think, different people at different times. At times it has to be the coach, and the coach is the guy that's got to kind of bring the energy and get the team going. Sometimes the coach has to do a little bit too much, and you'd like the players to do their thing. But at times it stands out to me as a problem for our team, something we'd like to do a better job of. But then there's times we're quiet on the bench when we're playing our best games too, and we're doing a good job there. So sometimes those are the personalities of the group, and it's on us to make it work.